All right, everyone, we are live. You are watching me on YouTube, hopefully. So this is the whole idea of this live Q&A, and I just came off Michael Wynn, just managed to catch him, and you should definitely check out his channel because now he's doing live stuff. I think his content is going to be off the hook because that guy does so much in the industry down in Atlanta. I say down, I'm in the UK, so it's actually a lot west and then down a bit. But inspired me to get on, It's exciting to have a lot of people sharing what they're doing. And this weekend, it has been content central for sure. I already did a load of podcasts with a load of other people who are making their own kind of projects, just sharing and trying to get experiences all collected together. So that's really cool. Alejandro, you are a YouTube junkie, and it is awesome. So always good to have you on board. And yeah, it is Sunday, and I'm just basically making loads of content for Soundrolling. I'm finishing off feature film. I'm getting it ready for the pre-mix, which I'm going to hand over to Lewis, who's doing my mixing, I should say, and exploring some more videos for the other businesses that I'm running at the moment. But if you're new to this, then it's all about Q&A, and ideally I'm going to be able to help you with some questions as I start to build more and more content. So while that's coming in, there's a bit of a natural delay that YouTube puts on the videos. So it might seem like I'm completely ignoring anything that you type, but it is just because I've probably read it and I may say it in a minute. I tend to be quite fast, hopefully, at responding. So that's how this works. Also want to throw out a few things, just general board. Yes, Michael Wynn on the stream. Love it. And yeah, I can't wait until you do another one as well. It's going to be really, really cool. So yeah, a few things. So firstly, back on the podcast. Podcast is now going to be a place where there's loads of Q&A in separate little chunks, and then what you're able to do is basically go through and yeah, just get loads and loads of answers, but all in one place. Then you can do offline, for instance, on Spotify or wherever your kind of channel is. So that's exciting. I started doing courses as well. So that's the learn.soundrolling.com. So you're going to be able to find kind of a more staggered kind of course structure there as well. And I thought I'd use this opportunity to answer a few questions that have already come from Instagram, where I'm posting up on my stories daily, where you can ask me questions and then I'll just give my 2 cents as well. So a few of them are things like, Alejandro just came in one. He was going to ask the question that I asked Michael, which is what gear from 2018 was I excited about? I was definitely excited with the Deity D3 Pro, and it seems like I'm weirdly obsessed with that microphone, but it was just the fact that it was compact. You're able to make it into a wireless mic, and just seeing the potential of people in the industry, especially starting out. I think that's gonna be one of the things that strangely has a big impact. In terms of the kind of higher end gear, there's a few interesting things from Orca that they're just filling out their whole product range. And this is mainly from just my time spent at IBC, really. Sound Devices cracking away with all their Mix Pre stuff, so that's always good to see. And yeah, just kind of waiting. I think this year, 2019, is going to be big for releases, hopefully. And it was nice to actually get to experience the audio limiteds now that they're with Sound Devices, and just see how that kind of transition was going. So that's probably what I was most excited about last year. And so hopefully this year, maybe some more microphone stuff. I still need to try the Sankens as well, the new Sanken. And yeah, sound speeds. Of course, I'm streaming. I got so psyched by Michael getting on that I thought I would join in as well. So yeah, happy Sunday to you too, man. I forgot it was the Super Bowl as well. Not that we watch it really over here, but yeah, go Rams, I want to say, but that's purely based on sound speeds. So yeah, what else is new? There's lots of stuff going on, really. So I need to keep scrolling with these comments, though, which is stupid. Yeah, go Rams. All right, awesome. So yes, and otherwise, just back shooting a lot of content actual content for other people, not just for myself. And I need to do a load more tests and a load more kind of structured content in terms of hiding mics and things, and we'll see how that kind of goes. Um, and yeah, it should be good. But if you guys have anything you want to say, share, or have my opinion on, then go for it. Okay, that's only because the Patriots always get the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's the equivalent of like the best football teams, right? Everyone's so over in the UK, like everyone's supporting. Well, everyone's now probably supporting Liverpool, but they're always supporting the team that's always winning, and they live like a million miles away, and it's like okay, fair enough. But they probably are just better at gambling than they are at football. I would probably suggest so. If you've just joined in, get a question in. There's a couple from Instagram that people have already asked me, such as do you do a diary service, get an agent, or fly solo? Me personally, I've always kind of flown solo, and that is mainly because I felt that I worked really hard for it, so I didn't want to give a percentage away. But that doesn't mean that's just my own kind of ignorance to it all as well. That's just always how I've done it. But the advantage of having an agent and having well, an agent or a diary service is that they can basically do the things, the kind of admin, and get you into the networks that potentially you really, really want to be in. And that would be very hard for you to kind of just bump into someone at the pub or in town and just be like, oh, you're making the next Transformers movie, or oh, you're doing like second unit on blah, blah, blah. So there's definitely a massive benefit to having an agent and to having a diary service, but I think the time it would take me to invest in finding the right one, I would just rather use that time on myself and try and now I'm on a content binge as well. So make more content, make more stuff, and then hopefully the word will get out there that I kind of know what I'm doing. Hopefully, and if not, there's a massive long record now over a couple of years that I've been at least consistent with that. So that's pretty good. So yeah, Man U for the win. Yes, it's all about Man U, right? Everyone loves Man U for some reason. Not Man City, even though Man City tend to do better. And now people are buying clubs. Yeah, sports, man, sports. Too much money. It's crazy. But then I work in the film industry, so I can't really speak much of that either. So if you guys have any other questions, the problem with setting this up on my phone is that now I can't see my Instagram to see what the other questions were. But I have a feeling that someone was asking me well, a few people have asked me about directors like talking over shots while they're happening, which is kind of weird. I would always say that when you're queuing kind of any sort of action, try and get your director, instead of saying something like now or anything that's longer than kind of a millisecond, is you get them to click or you get them to clap. Depending on how reverberant the space is, it's going to be kind of tricky with the reverb tailing off and then potentially going over some other dialogue. But yeah, that's true. And yeah, sound speed. So I need to watch your videos on Deity D3 and D3 Pro video. Love those mics. I think they're very, very good. I personally don't really. I just love the Pro. I think just the D3, again, it's on top of the camera and kind of just battery life forever, and it kind of just points and shoots. But the real flexibility with the D3 Pro is really nice. And now it's my podcasting mic of choice as well. So that's really nice. So if anyone has any other questions or comments or things that they want to say, and then I will happily talk all day long, although I won't keep this too long. I'm now then trying to make these into the podcast format and then potentially make them into courses, but at least blog posts as well. So whether you're into the kind of visual audio or just the audio or just the written, hopefully everything should come up. So I'm really, really psyched to get that going. And now we've actually split off the other company, the other side business that I'm running as well with my lovely wife. We split that into two companies now. So now we've got twice the fun of essentially marketing those separate brands and stuff. So if you're interested more in business stuff, you can go to thatsidehustle.com Although that's probably it's more of just a podcast again, but it's where I'm talking more directly about the kind of marketing and stuff that I was doing. Someone else asked me on Instagram recently, how do you promote yourself as a sound recordist? And I would say number one is definitely have a website. Number two, although it's not really totally required, but I mean it's advantageous, is to get on social media. Definitely get on Facebook and Instagram. Then I would say that what you need to do is start to demonstrate what you're doing. And that can be also the final products of what you do. Obviously, a lot of sound recordists feel that it's weird having a sound recordist show reel because you're not, when you're showing the end product, it's the end product and not your rushes. But obviously, you wouldn't show rushes because a lot of treatment goes into them to make them better. So just like if you worked on a really great building or you worked making an amazing cake, you would show the whole cake because you were a part in making that cake great. So as long as it all doesn't sound like ADR, I think you're in the clear. And otherwise, demonstrating your knowledge wherever you can, whether that's directly helping another director friend of yours, etc., etc. That's going to go a long way to making sure that you can, to make sure that you can basically promote yourself. The D3 and the D3 and D3 Pro have the same capsule and sound very similar. The longer interference tubes gives it a bit more rejection, but they sound very similar. That is very true, but I really like the stepless gain aspect. I like the inbuilt battery. I kind of think that's more useful, especially because AAA is just a bit annoying sometimes, even though, again, the battery life lasts a million years. And yeah, longer interference tube makes it a lot easier to fit and then actually use as a kind of plant mic and things like that. So I just really like it. I really, really like it. And for the price, it's crazy for people starting out. SoundSpeeds, what is the website to your business with your wife? So there's Laromi, which is LA-ROMI.com. And then that's loads of baby products and dribble bibs and all sorts of random stuff, because obviously I'm having a child in June, mid-June. So that is going to be an exciting piece of content for the next 200 million years. And then we have medicuscaps.com. So that's MEDICUS caps, CAPS.com. And that is scrub caps. So we split those businesses off. But they're my side businesses. So people just joining in, you can ask me questions about sound, although I will happily talk, as you can see, about absolutely anything. Sound quality. Yes, I was very happy with the sound quality. And it's so good now that they've also got the S Mic 2. The main problem with that is loads of people keep asking me about the aperture deity, which was basically before the S Mic 2 kind of shotgun. The main problem with that was the self noise, and so you could use it outside because it's just generally blended in with the ambience. But now it's really getting up there. So, what are scrub caps? Funnily enough, scrub caps are what you wear in surgery when you're in the operating room, but rather than just make them out of a disposable kind of plastic with little holes in, it's actually better for air contamination procedure if you have them with cotton, because they don't easily contaminate with airborne kind of particles, as long as you wash them, of course. So you could even wear them on set. They're basically like a bandana, and I have one here. So if you like Star Trek, then you can basically wear this. Obviously, you don't have this hat on, and then this is obviously a tiny one because my wife is trying to set me up. But but you get the idea. The idea is that it covers you for when you're working in surgery, which she does. Obviously, not what I do. It's pretty fun. So. People are hanging out. I like that people are just hanging out listening to me talk about other stuff, but I guess I did just generically do this video's live Q&A February, so yeah, it's good times. So if you have any questions or anything I can help with, let me know. And otherwise, there's not really that much new gear going on. I think this year is the year uh, where I potentially go for an upgrade or a different wireless mic system. I'm super torn between. I basically have Sanken Cos 11s that are now getting a bit old, and I kind of want to set them off for something new. So potentially the DPA 6000 series, 600 is it, or 660? I can't remember which series it is, but yeah, but that is potentially something that I'm looking to go for. Sound speeds. Have you checked out the Deity Connect? I only checked that out when it was in IBC, and it was doing all right. I think it still has a little way to go in terms of mainly for the fact that a lot of people are potentially going to be put off that it's just got a dual receiver. You can't buy a single receiver. But still, for the price point, it is pretty crazy. And yeah, Lav 6060, that's the one. So potentially just trying to upgrade everything to 6060s. And just because it's so tiny, I think that's going to make my workflow basically a lot better and a lot smoother. So yeah, it's great. Um, and that, I think, pretty much covers it. But otherwise, look out for more content on the podcast. Just search soundrolling.com. Look out for it on the courses, learn.soundrolling.com. And obviously, I'll be here as well now doing more documentation. So yeah, I hope so. I just need to get them all in one go. So I might sell all of mine on one day and just try and buy them the next day and hope I don't get a job. Although that's very hard to do.